Hello, I'm Pastor Dave, and this is our Monday morning sermon recap for October 18th, 2021. Here we go. This week we continued our look at our journey of discipleship from crawling to the Father, walking with the Son, and running with the Holy Spirit. And we are looking at how that process impacts 5 key parts of our Christian faith. This week we looked at really our discipleship in view of missions. Now, when we look at missions, many can see missions as giving financial aid or physical help to those who need it. This is when we tend to forget that Christ gave the church the mission to make new disciples. Granted, while we make new disciples, we are to live out our faith and teach that faith, which includes our traditional view of missions. And that's why we continue to live Christ's teachings as disciples, including helping those in need. However, we cannot help but remember that we are not an aid society. Those do exist, but the church is not just an aid society. We are a group that has that mission from Christ to make new disciples. And when we remember that, it reminds us that we need that help and mission should be more than just financial aid or some form of physical or tangible help in this world. We are to bring the lost to Christ. And this is something that is not always easy for us. Not everyone likes the evangelism. Something that we often completely separate from missions because we see them as two different things. But in all honesty, they need to go hand in hand. Because just as some people aren't the most comfortable with missions, others aren't comfortable evangelizing. But we're all called to do them both. But from the missions point of view, we must remember that missional work does not and should not overshadow making new disciples. No matter how much we give away, we still need to fulfill the mission that Christ gave us. When it comes to missions, we must remember that when it comes to our journey of discipleship, we are to live our faith, and spreading the faith and helping others are ways we live our faith. And as a reminder, there's 2 new ways we can do that. I'm calling on all those in our churches to pray to see whether they should be part of missions in a new way, from our prayer team and congregational care team. Because there's many ways we live out our faith, both internally and for the world around us. So that is your recap for this week. Remember that we worship at 8:45 at East Salem, 10:15 at Otterbein, and we live stream the East Salem service at 8:45 on the East Salem UMC Facebook page, and it stays there afterwards, so you can go back and watch it if you need to. But until next time, I'm Pastor Dave, and I hope to see you in the pews.